Hi, welcome to Love Saranghae with Peter and Andrea. In the next 30 minutes, we'll take you on a journey into the exciting world of entrepreneurship, relationships, and the secrets behind achieving that coveted glow. Are you ready? Let's go.
Welcome back to another episode of Love Saranghae with us, Peter and Andrea. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. Today we're going to talk about our year in review. This is our last podcast recording of 2024. So at the time of recording this, we are in December. And we are about to break for the holidays and just spend some time, much needed time with our children and with our loved ones, our family. So before we sign off and wish you all well, we wanted to spend today, this time with you, and just look back, because we often focus so much on moving forward and going bigger and doing better and improving, but we often forget to look back and see how far we've come and truly celebrate all that we've accomplished, overcome. So that's what we're going to do today.
Well, it's already 2024, at the end of 2024. I can't believe how fast time moves. And all of our listeners can probably attest that the days are long, but the years are short. This will be the 8th year of operation of Saranghae. Those of you who know our story know that my mother started the company or at least started the formulations for the products a long time ago, back in the 70s. But Saranghae as an entity, as a company itself, it started in 2016. But it's been 8 years. I can't believe we've been fighting and grinding and talking to customers and formulating products for 8 years. So this year, we're going to do something a little different than what I usually do. Every year, I write a letter to the CEO, to our customers, thanking them for their loyalty, reviewing what we've done in the year past, and what we're going to do in the year coming forward. This year, I think we're going to try to do it on a podcast here, because this is a medium that I enjoy.
We're also going to send an email for those of you who don't listen.
Yes.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, but there'll be the email will be the letter will be a lot shorter than what I usually do. The 3-page essay that I usually write, nobody reads anyway. So we're gonna do that.
I read it. Right? I think that's a great letter.
Full of spelling errors.
Maybe I'm biased.
Grammatical errors. Okay, so without further ado, let's start with a few questions. Make this fun. Instead of just reading a script, I'm gonna just ask some questions and we're gonna answer them together. Okay. So the first question I'm going to ask. Yeah, the first question I'm going to ask my wife, my business partner, my lovely lady, is what was your favorite skincare product of 2024?
I hate this question so much. I can never decide which one I love the most. I guess the one that's the newest one that I love the most is probably a tie between the snail and the lip serum. I have the lip serum on now. Actually, I have the snail on now, too. I love those products. I think the snail is it's so hydrating. It's so nourishing. And I just love the way it feels on my skin. I use it every day, twice a day. I love it. And then the lip, because I have some gut issues right now, I've had some cuts on the side of my mouth. And this lip serum has been my lifesaver. I put it on at night, and those cuts on the side of my mouth have been healing. And I'm so grateful that it came out now when it did, because I all of a sudden really need it. And then my favorite product of all time, not just one that we launched this year, is probably the cleanser. And I feel like I'm cheating on Aurora, because Aurora is my favorite too, but what I love so much about the cleanser, which I have not found yet in any other cleansing product, is how hydrating my skin feels. Like I don't feel like it's stripped my skin. I feel like it's clean. Like I could have bright red lipstick on and I brush it off with the cleanser. It's so easy. Same thing with my mascara. I don't need to use anything else. It's very, very easy. And it feels so good. So those are, I guess, not, that doesn't answer your question. But
I mean,
those
it was
are
a good
my
answer
three
anyway.
favorites.
Well, so
How about you? What's your favorite?
I'll give you the answer, but before I do, I want to let our audience know that we're working on making our cleanser travel size, and we're
Yes.
also working on decreasing the fragrance in the cleanser for
Yeah.
next year. So if you're listening and you don't want that to happen, if you're like, no, I love the fragrance, please leave it in there. Let us know. Okay, we're always looking for feedback on how we can go forward with our products. So that's what's happening. One of many things happening next year. Cleanser is one of them.
We'll
My
get to
favorite
that.
product.
We'll get to
yeah.
that.
Yeah. My favorite product has to be the 25% vitamin C plus 1% tranexamic acid for various reasons. Number one is it's my formulation. Right. It's
You're
my
not
formulation.
biased.
The number of hours, the number of permutations, formulation combinations I had to try to get that formula I can't even count. So it was a lot of hard work that went into it. But
Yeah.
it
A
was
lot
the
of
moment.
gray hairs.
Yeah. It was the moment I put on the formula we have today. I put it on my face. I remember it was almost an instantaneous difference in my skin tone. Almost instantaneous. And I said, yes, that's the one. This is the one. So it was
You
like
said
this
yes
big
to
aha
the
moment.
dress.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good. It was like, we have a winner here. So that
Yeah.
was that's my favorite skincare product of 20. I mean, more to come, and I love all.
Yeah.
But 25% vitamin C, our advanced brightening serum is my favorite. Okay, next question.
So hard to choose, though. How do you choose? All
What
right,
is your
next.
favorite? Yeah, what is your favorite customer story of 2024? Because as you know, we talk to our customers every day, all day.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't know that, but we actually spend a lot of our time in customer care, and we do that on purpose. Of course, we could, hire a team to do that for us, but that conversation with you is how we learn, and it's how we stay connected to you, which is what we want. So I'd rather hire people to do other things, and we stay in that face-to-face spot with our customers, because it really is a special place to be, and we both love it so much. So I think this is a hard one. There's been so many good conversations and stories that I've had over the years, but this one kind of stuck out to me. A customer who had been struggling with alopecia, hair loss, and it was a woman. So, I mean, all of the women who are listening can appreciate how devastating it can be to lose your hair in a big way. She decided to try our marine collagen, our collagen powder. And I remember she wrote into me asking me if I thought it would help. And we have not done any studies specifically for alopecia, people who are suffering with hair loss. So I couldn't confirm that it would, but I thought, it's worth a try, but I can't confirm. And I remember maybe 6 months later, she wrote me back and she said it's helping. She has all this little regrowth of hair. So she was completely bald, and she had all this regrowth, very little bits of regrowth all over her scalp. And honestly, I cried, and I feel like to cry now, because it's this is how good this product is, and it works.
And that changes somebody's life, right?
And it changes someone's life, yeah.
Yeah.
And so that story sticks out to me, and I'm so happy that we had a small part in that.
Yeah. Well, and I think I love this question, because from a you take a step back on running a business, and business is profit and loss, cash flow statements, sales, costs analysis, hiring, firing if need be, all of these things. But you forget that the reason why we do all of this are the micro stories of helping customers one by one by one. That is the foundation of why we do this, and everything else is just kind of like the side benefit, the things that we have to do to make this happen.
The cherry on top.
Yeah. So I mean, we kind of get lost in all of that every day. That's what we do all day, is to run a business. But we can't lose sight of the fact that we do this because we want to affect our customers' lives one by one by one. So my favorite story, I'm going to tell two actually. And one of them is a funny one. It's very amusing. And the other one's very inspirational. So there was a customer, her name was Mary B, about a few years back. And she wrote us in and said, I need to meet a man and get married. She's an older customer. I need to get a man and get married. And I need to look beautiful. So what do you recommend? That's how she started the email. And we recommended our skincare routine. She liked it. And then fast forward about 4 months. I swear to God, it was less than 6 months for sure. Her last name changes to a hyphenated last name. And she wrote back and said, I'm married. You guys did your job. That was awesome. And she's been a customer now for years. So,
we changed her life too.
That was awesome. That was so, everyone in the office just we roared with success. Wow, touchdown. It was awesome.
Talk about putting that out into the universe and having the universe respond.
It was incredible. We were flabbergasted by how that happened. She really.
That's awesome.
She had a goal and she went after it and she got it. Good for her. Second story actually is a customer that recently actually she wrote in because we had sold out of our sunscreen and she asked, is it coming back? And the reason why is because she was suffering from melanoma. She basically said that she had tried, dozens and dozens of different sunscreen for her face. And she found that ours was the perfect blend of protection, SPF 50, sheerness, and the feel on her face. She goes, there's nothing better than your Let's Get Physical UV SPF 50 sunscreen.
I remember her actually.
Yeah.
I remember her also saying the ingredients were clean. She felt good about using it. Her skin was very sensitive as a result of the treatment that she was undergoing. And the formula of this SPF was different from the ones she had tried. And it was agreeable to her skin.
It was perfect for her, And she basically, asked that. Yeah, and she was almost desperate. She was saying, I hope you're bringing it back. And I promised her we'd bring it back. And we did. So it's now it's on sale now. But I remember her story only because there was a time when I thought maybe it's not worth all this hassle, this headache to bring that silly SPF 50 back, or a great SPF 50 that caused a lot of headaches. But her story reminded me that what we're doing has a purpose to it that's bigger than ours, bigger than just sales. And so I made a promise to myself and the team that no matter what, no matter if the price increased or if it takes 8 months to get the ingredients, we're going to get that back in. So we did. That was my favorite, one of my favorite stories. All right. I'm going to cry now.
That's the whole point of all of this, is to remember that we're not just a business, a transactional business. We actually have a purpose that's bigger than ourselves, and putting the best face forward.
Well, I think this is why we enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think this is why we enjoy it so much, right? It's like, if it was just about, selling product, I just don't know. We'd be so excited to come to work every day.
There. That would be boring for me.
Exactly. So
the reason I joined the company was because of the difference that we're making.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get to the next question. Okay. So most memorable moments, business or personal, of 2024?
Oh, well, if it's business or personal, then I'm going to sit here forever and tell you 10 of them because there's so many good moments. My favorite business one was going to Hong Kong for the first time with you. I've been to Hong Kong before, but not for business. And my favorite part about going to Hong Kong was obviously with you, but meeting our partners for the first time in person. I really, really enjoyed that. Because all these years, I've been emailing them back and forth. Occasionally, we had a Zoom call. But it's not the same as breaking bread with someone in front of you, giving them a hug, sharing a laugh together. The connection that you make is different. And then the other part of Hong Kong I really enjoyed is just the creation phase. They bring you into this room, you sit down, they show you some, suggestions of what they can create. And then you're like, okay, if anything was possible, what would I love? And then I start pulling things out of a hat. I want this, I want to try this, and can you add this? And it was just so much fun to be in that process. I've never been in that beginning stage with you before, so that was really fun.
That's good. That's an excellent story.
What about you?
Well, obviously, I really enjoyed traveling with my wife to Hong Kong.
You don't have to say that.
No, that was fun. My favorite moments, the memorable moments from 2024 usually involve the aha moments that involve products, right? Because my wife, Andrea, is mostly on the brand building side. So she talks to a lot of publications, a lot of marketing. She's heading up the affiliate program. But I'm the guy who's basically, I take care of the formulation from the ground up. And because I have an engineering degree, I'm well suited for this role. And I struggle with these formulations, sometimes for weeks, months, sometimes for years. So the aha moments that I remember are the moments when the products are just right. Like I know that this is what I'm looking for, because you're not quite sure exactly what you're looking for, right? So the first one is the vitamin C formulation. The moment I knew, right? Because combining a 25% vitamin C. First of all, there's only 3 brands in the world that have a 25% vitamin C, but not L-ascorbic acid. We're the only ones with pure L-ascorbic acid 25%. They have the derivatives. Combining that with 1% tranexamic acid is almost an impossibility. Like there are chemical reactions in that make it extremely difficult. So when we found our partner that could stabilize 25% vitamin C with 1% tranexamic acid, and I knew when I put it on that it was the formula I wanted, it was like, aha, because I didn't know what I was looking for. We had no idea if it was going to work, right? And we went through hundreds of different formulation variations, right? That was really, really memorable. I was so happy.
I remember that moment when you put on that sample and you came out of the bathroom and you're like, oh my God.
Oh my God. This is it.
This is the one.
Yeah. I mean, the other ones too is the lip. I mean, 2.5 years of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I absolutely love what came out of that labor of love. It is the best lip serum formula I have ever tried, bar none.
Me too.
Do I sound like I'm selling? Maybe I am. I don't care. It's the best. And I'm wearing it right now. So, yeah. Those are my most memorable moments.
You don't have to take our word for it. Just try it for yourself.
I absolutely. Listen, here's the thing. Purchase the lip serum. If you don't like it, I don't care if you use the whole thing. I will give you your money back if you don't like it. 100%. And I will bet every single one of you will absolutely love it. That's how confident I am in the lip serum. It is a phenomenal formulation that is very unique in the marketplace. Anyway.
I agree.
Anyway, enough of that.
Okay.
All right, okay. So,
next, most stressful moments of 2024.
Let me start this. All right, so the greatest feeling was also my greatest stress moment was the vitamin C. Yeah. Because as most of you already know, a lot of you...
Vitamin C ruled 2024. Can you guys tell?
Okay, so our vitamin C formula does something really, really unique. When our vitamin C formula is bottled, it creates an exothermic reaction. So automatically, it's so unstable that it wants to bind with an oxygen molecule to stabilize, which is the power of the vitamin C. This is why it's so amazing. But it also creates, when capped, it also creates pressure inside the bottle. And lo and behold, when exposed to 45 degrees Celsius heat for 3 weeks on end in the summertime, the bottle started to leak. It started to pop the seal open. And that has been the bane of my existence for the last 3 months. We're almost there. All the customers that I've talked to personally know we're almost there in solving this problem. And I'm not changing the formula. Our partner has asked that we change the formula to make it more stable. No. The whole reason...
They wanted us to change the vitamin C from L-ascorbic acid to something else, which is a lower quality.
Yeah, to triple acetate ether.
So we're back to the drawing board of trying to find a lab that will be able to do what we want them to do.
Well, so the derivative they wanted us to switch to was called ethyl ascorbyl acetate, and it's a stable derivative of L-ascorbic acid, but it has to turn into L-ascorbic acid when you put it on your face. It is not nearly as effective. I've tried it and I've tested it. So we've decided to keep the formula even in its unstable form, and we're just going to figure out a way to package the best we can. That's the decision that I've made because I am not going to give up on this formula. It is the thing that gives me great hairs.
It's the thorn. It's the thorn. The rose bush.
Yeah.
I know.
What about you, Andrea?
For me, this probably the vitamin C too. Like we had a few shipping issues that were really scary. But I think the biggest one for me of 2024 was getting sick. So as many of you know, I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis 9 years ago almost when I was pregnant with my son. Actually, it was 9 years ago, last month, November. And I got a flu when we came back from Hong Kong, maybe a week after we came back. Whatever that flu was, threw my gut into the worst flare I've had since I was diagnosed 9 years ago. And it was really scary because then I didn't have children. Although I was pregnant with my first one, I didn't have any kids, so I could fully take care of myself. And, nobody was around to see how I looked or how I was feeling, or I could just be sick by myself or with Peter. But this time my kids were watching, and it was really hard for me to see them be afraid. And like my son had to step up a lot, and he did a lot of things to support his dad and support my daughter and just get everything to go smoothly until I was better. And I didn't know when I was going to feel better, because last time this happened, it took months for me to get back on my feet. But thankfully, 2 weeks, what was it? 2 weeks? Maybe? 2 weeks. And then slowly I started feeling better, and I'm still recovering, but I'm so much better than I was. So that was probably the hardest moment for me in 2024.
Yeah, that was hard.
Just the unknown of that.
Yeah, just watching you go through that was pretty hard. And, what's also hard is when, the medical professionals on the Western Front, they just want to give you pills and just control the flare up, but don't really care about the long-term effects of that or how to address the root cause. So you got to look for alternative opinions to see, if there's anything out there. So yeah, that's all very stressful, right? And
not knowing who to trust.
Yeah.
Because
everybody has an opinion.
You're kind of desperate.
And everyone has an opinion, right? Well, it could be this, it could be that. So, okay, let's turn the truck around and lighten the mood. Let's look forward to 2025 then. Let's talk about what we've got in store for next year. A lot of exciting things are coming up the pipeline, and share with you some of that information. So let's take a look at the first question I want to ask my wife is, what product are you most excited about that we're about to develop in 2025?
Hands down, my most exciting product projection is a body cream and hopefully a hand cream. Because like my lip serum, I have not found one that I love. I have one that I'm using right now that's good, but it's not good enough. And I want something better. And I'm on the hunt, and we're deep in formulation right now, trying to figure out how to create an amazing body cream, something we haven't done before. Cream. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah,
how about you?
We've gone through. Yeah, so that's a great one because I'm also looking forward to that. We're knee deep in it right now, and I don't know how close we are because the Koreans don't. Maybe it's because of the skin types in Korea. We just have more of them here in North America, right? Yeah. Over there is only a few types Asian. So
and a lot of them are like riddled with chemicals, and there's a lot of things that are not ideal for us.
The factories don't seem to understand exactly what we're looking for, or there's a disconnect there. So we're trying to figure that out. For me, I'm excited about the idea of bringing a teen line.
Yes.
Yeah, because as a formulator, the idea of formulating a teen line allows me to explore ingredients, combinations, and formulas that we don't typically use in an anti-aging older line. So much simpler, maybe a few key ingredients. I'm excited about what that could hold. Could be a long time in coming though, so don't know.
Well, I'll tell you, the podcast episode that we did on teen skincare was one of our most popular podcasts. So that was informative. You guys seem to be interested in that. Either you have children who are around that age, or people in your life that are around that age and are struggling with acne, with even just learning how to properly use a skincare routine, like you're seeing teens using retinol, vitamin C, hyaluronic acid, things that they don't need to be using.
Yeah.
So that episode was really popular. So it informed our decision to start looking at a teen line. So stay
there
tuned.
You go. Stay tuned. Oh, and again, for those who are listening who have any advice or anything you want to add, please send us a note and let us know. Okay. What are some of the biggest goals that we've set for ourselves coming up this year for the company? I'll leave that one off and say, I'm looking forward to my wife spearheading the affiliate program. So those of you who wish to be affiliates that want to represent our company, there's something coming up in 2025.
Yeah, hopefully very soon, the coming month or so. We were hoping to hire someone to support us in doing that. That didn't work out. So we're just going to go with it, and we're going to start, and it's not going to be perfect, but we're going to figure it out as we go. I always say we're going to just start and figure out the messy middle as we go.
Yeah.
So that's just going to happen. I'm really excited about the affiliate program. I think it's going to be a really powerful program. And we have so many customers right now who are already sharing our stuff with people that they love. And so I would love to celebrate them and compensate them for their shares and their kind suggestions to the people that they love. So the affiliate program's a big one. The other one that we sort of put on hold maybe a year ago, that we're pulling it back out of the magic box, is the retail. So we've had a few opportunities for retail locations in Toronto for now. And so we are exploring that again. So if you are a med spa, if you are a spa, if you are a skin, a health and wellness center, skincare clinic, and you're looking for new and innovative products to share with your community, reach out to us. We are open to chatting about wholesale options.
Fantastic.
Want to share the last one?
Yeah. So, yeah. Andrew, why don't you go share? Because this is your baby.
This is mine. So one of the dreams that I've been sort of holding quite close to me is I really want to be featured in more publications, gifting boxes. The big ones that I sort of have my eyes on are the Jilly box. So if any of you have a connection to the Jillian Harris or the Jilly box, talk to me. But yeah, so the Jilly box would be awesome. Oprah magazine would be awesome. But yeah, so we're setting our sights high and far, and we're gonna go for it this year.
Okay, so next question then in the same vein, the one big ask, right? So what's the one outrageous ask that we're going to ask for ourselves 2025? I'll head it off. If anyone here can get us connected to Ulta, please let us know and we can...
oh, yes. What's Ulta? For those who don't know what Ulta is.
So, yeah, if you're in the US, everyone knows Ulta. Ulta is the I'm going to say sister company to Sephora. But it was a little younger, yeah, and it's a little less, it's not as large. They're known for their kind of experimental spirit. They're a little more experimental with new brands and new formulas than Sephora. So Ulta's a really good partner, would be a good partner for us. Andrea?
Okay. Ulta, anybody? And then my big ask, I already kind of asked, but is if anyone knows how to get into the Jilly box, do you have a connection? I would love to be connected, because that is one dream of mine, to see our products in that one of her seasonal boxes. That would be really cool. Okay, cool. Last but not least, what are some of your personal goals that you want to share for the next year?
Okay, so I've got both goals I want to do. They're well defined. First is my brother and I, we're going to run the Grand Canyon rim to rim, which means you start at the south rim and then you end up at the north rim. So we're going to run that in May, third week of May. Well, some people do the rim to rim to rim, but we're going to take the shuttle bus back because we're just not sure exactly how this is going to go. So just to be on the safe side. Then I've got Chicago Marathon I signed up for. I don't know if I've been accepted, but if I am, I'm going to run that Chicago Marathon. And then I'm very, very excited. My son Marcus has asked that he be on the cross-country team. So I'd like to put a little training program together with my son and get him ready for this first cross-country team is running. I'm very, very happy about that. So that'd be really, really fun.
This is a dream come true to have your son be interested in running.
Oh, so amazing. I love it.
Since Marcus was a baby, Peter used to say, I can't wait till I can run with my son.
Uh-huh.
And here we are.
Here we are.
Okay, well, mine is my personal goal, truthfully, is not very exciting, but it's a big one for me, and that is to heal my gut. So I always say good skincare starts with it. So I am going to live what I preach, and I have to work on healing my gut after what happened to me last month. I have a big job to do, but I am ready for it. So that's my big one, to feel 100% well again and to be in the best health of my life. And then I am going on my first big retreat in February, and I'm very much looking forward to that. So I'm going to Whistler with my coach and her community, Hina Khan. I'm very much looking forward to that. That'll be a first for me. I've never done that before. And what else? I'm calling in more speaking opportunities. It's something that I'm very uncomfortable with. And this is the year to do more uncomfortable things. So.
Excellent.
Those are mine. But
okay.
I guess, whenever it's the end of the year, it forces us to sort of think about all that we've done and haven't done. And then we look at the year ahead and how we're going to improve. So I hope this was an enjoyable episode for you, gave you some things to think about. But as we wrap up our final podcast episode of the year, we want to take a moment to express our deepest gratitude to our incredible community, our loyal customers, our dedicated listeners, and everyone who has supported us throughout this journey. Thank you. Your trust, encouragement, and connection really mean the world to us, and I hope you know that. I hope you feel that. This year has been filled with so much inspiration, growth, shared moments of joy, hardship. And it's all because of you. We're so honored to be part of your skincare and wellness journey. And we're so excited to continue serving and supporting you in 2025 and beyond. So from the bottom of my heart, from our hearts, we wish you and your loved ones a joyful, healthy, and abundant holiday season. And may this time be filled with love, peace, and all the things that bring you joy. So, with all our love and gratitude from our family to yours, happy holidays.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Okay. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for listening to Love Sarangi with us, Peter and Andrea. If you've enjoyed this episode, leave us a review. Your ratings and reviews help more people like you find our show. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and share this podcast with someone you think would love it. Until next time, love yourself, love one another, and love the world.